Hey guys, let's talk about the average timeline that you can expect when applying for federal jobs on USAjobs.gov. Most of us know that after you click submit on your application, it can sometimes seem as if your application suddenly disappears into a black hole. How long does it take to find out if we were selected? And what does the average timeline even look like? Before I begin, I understand that the time estimates given here are a rough average. There are no official timelines to the hiring process. Think of it as a bell curve, so I will assign an 80% probability to the timeframes I will be giving you, because there will always be outliers. Here are the 8 steps that you can expect. Number 1, first, you apply to the job announcement on USAjobs.gov. Number 2, your application is referred. With a really good resume, you can expect about a 50% referral rate when you apply. Average time to get referred is between 1 week and 1 month after the announcement closes. Number 3, you receive a request to interview. Roughly 20 to 25% of your referrals will probably result in an interview depending on your resume. An HR person will either email you or call you to schedule an interview. And it is for this reason that your contact information must be up to date on your resume. Average time to get an interview request is between 2 days after the referral to 2 months after the referral. Another factor to consider is that some positions require more than one interview. The interviews can be in person or online through Microsoft Teams or Zoom. Number 4, you receive a tentative job offer. If you are selected during the interview, then you can expect a job offer the same day all the way up to 6 weeks later. The job offer will be sent to your email address, and you'll typically have to log into USAjobs.gov and once again accept the offer. Number 5, negotiation. This is an optional step for people that would like to negotiate their step level, leave accrual rate, or their start date. For example, if you were making more money at your previous job, then by providing a copy of your last pay stub, you can negotiate a higher step level. If you decide to take this step, it can take roughly about 3 weeks. Step 6, you provide a drug test, photos, credit check, and fingerprints. This step is required before the final offer. An appointment at your local post office or government building will be scheduled, and you'll be expected to show up to provide fingerprints and a photo. Also, keep in mind many departments do not require a drug test, but almost all the departments require fingerprints and a credit check. This process can take 2 to 3 weeks after your tentative job offer. The faster that you move to complete the required paperwork, the faster this step will be completed. Number 7, you receive an official job offer. After your background check has been completed and there are no holdups, such as department budget restraints, then you should receive your final job offer a week or 2 after submitting all documents. This is similar to the tentative job offer, in which you have to once again log into USAjobs.gov to accept the job. After this step, there are no longer any negotiations. Your supervisor's name should be given to you, and also sometimes you'll be given a sponsor's name. On the job offer will also be the date, the location, and the time of your first day at work. Number 8, finally, you have your entrance on duty date, which is referred to as EOD. This is the date when you show up to your first day of work. On your first day, you can expect to fill out more information, such as the I-9 form and the payroll documents. Also, there will be a lot of mandatory briefings and classes welcoming you into your new department. As you can see, overall, it can take quite a few months from applying to an announcement on USAjobs.gov to actually showing up on your first day of work. In my experience, my first government job hiring process went extremely smooth and fast. I think the whole process from start to finish was about 10 weeks. However, my second government job at a different department was completely different. The hiring process actually took about 7 months from the time that I applied to the time I showed up on my first day. The longest break in communication came between the tentative job offer and the final job offer. And the main reason for this delay was due to fiscal budgets not being approved on time. Okay, so I think it might be beneficial to share a few timelines with you from social media to provide you additional perspectives. If you have a Facebook account, consider following the group Veterans to Federal Jobs. I will leave a link below. The first example is from a GS-12 position in Japan. This is a good demonstration of how quick the process can be. As you can see, from the time he applied to his first day of work was about 3 months. This is what I would consider the best case scenario. The second example shows the hiring process taking about 7 months. This person actually spent over a year applying with 53 applications. It wasn't until they updated their resume that they received a job offer. Always remember that the resume is the key to the interview. For the last example, we have a GS8 position in South Carolina. This hiring process, which took about 4 months, and it appears that this person will start working while they are on terminal leave from the Army. I also began working while on terminal leave from the Army, and I understand that while undergoing the hiring process, you can easily be left feeling lost and confused. We start having questions such as, is it normal to be waiting this long? Did something go wrong? There's a lot of waiting for someone to contact you, so make sure you are staying busy. And also, I would encourage you to keep applying until you actually have that final job offer. And even then, until you start the job, understand that the job offers can still be rescinded. Well, that wraps up my video on the timeline for federal hiring. If you have any questions or comments, or you feel like I missed something, please leave that down below. If you like this video, please click that like button and click subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.